Welcome to the presentation on the new SOUTH ME. So this is a RTK hybrid SLAM LiDAR solution. So it's really a refinement of the previous model, the .LAS. So this unit's a little bit lighter, got a better battery life, and it's got improved imagery. So you can see it here, some images here. So you can deploy it in a range of options. You can hand hold the unit like this, walk around just holding it in your hand. You can remove the handle here and mount it on a survey pole and use it as a dedicated GPS on the survey pole like you'd normally do. And of course, while you've got it on the survey pole, you can turn off and on the LiDAR as you need to pick up data that you can't pick up using GPS, because of obstructions to the sky and so on. So it's a pretty amazing device. Besides using the GPS for normal positioning, you can actually use the SLAM to go into areas where you can't get a fix with GPS. So you can maintain your fix status in areas where you can't actually see the sky. So that's a pretty powerful function to access those areas that are not ideal for GPS and still do some staking out. And it can also take photos. It's got cameras on board, not just for colorizing the point cloud, but you can take still images and then overlaying that on the point cloud in the field. You can do remote measurements of windows and doorways and facades up above you that on a facade of a building that you couldn't access and measure normally with GPS. So it's got a whole bunch of different functions that are really beneficial for you when you're in the field. So if we just go and have a quick look at some data. So we've just got a little data set here collected with the me. That's me standing over there not doing much. Obviously not moving while we were scanning. So the time it takes to walk around this area is how long it takes to measure this space. You get all the watermarks coming through up here, and it's quite amazing. So of course, once you're inside, the CAD environment, we're looking at this using Autodesk Recap. So any product, that supports Recap, like your Autodesk Inventor, Autodesk Revit, AutoCAD 3D, any of your Autodesk products, you can take this point cloud into, just like you see here, and you can go and work off it and start working with some accurate as-built data. And of course the software here has got some crude basic tools, to go and do, basic measurements, between points. It gives you an idea of scale of this particular work area. So in the couple of minutes it took to walk through there, this is what you end up with. So we can just go and have a look at a couple of other data sets. So here's another data set here. This is obviously of a bunch of trees. So this was actually measured, in the last half hour before sunset. This is the redwoods forest over in Rotorua. So they're fairly tall trees, so it's at the best of times very dark when you're walking through here. So we were measuring just before sunset, so it was a fairly dark environment, but actually the colorization has come out exceptionally well considering the lighting conditions. So again, this data set was collected in the few minutes that it took to walk around these buildings and through the trees at a slow pace. So we're just going to have a look at one more data set. So this is another data set we've collected over in Rotorua. So this is the old historic government house. A lot of renovations going on at the moment. So we sort of started measuring here and just walked through this space up the stairs and around past the construction fencing there, and then back around over here around these statues there and back to where we started. So again, it took a few minutes to walk around this space. So this is what you end up with from that couple of minutes of being on site measuring. So that just gives you a very brief overview of the new SOUTH ME, the RTK LiDAR sensor. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me.